Welcome to the part 4 of Laura's Story of Crisis. In this session, we have a couple of meditations. You will get to learn some of the fears that hold us back. Also, a bit about how can we introduce the concept of mindfulness in our life. So far in Laura's story, we started with understanding her life domain that was where she was lacking in. Then we went on from there to find out her values. Her values basically about what's really important to her. Once we were done with that, we then understood Laura's strength and how, in her time of crisis, as she became aware of her strengths, what best and how best that she could use them in her dealing with difficult times. Now we enter here through Laura's story, the most important part of our coaching, of our work together. And just as I have helped and assisted Laura, I would like to invite you to use this workshop and learn along with us, with me and Laura, how you will be able to arrive at or deep dive into your problems and arrive at possible solutions. Friends, sometimes in crisis, it's also not necessary that we immediately arrive at a particular solution or just quickly work our way through it. Because hardships, crisis, difficult times is at times so complex that what it really needs is our letting go of the control of outcomes, instead being more open and aware and accepting of whatever arises. So let's do the work today. In this session, as I mentioned earlier, we will work through Laura's fear and acceptance. Let's do the work. As always, grab a pen and a paper. You would need this while we are doing it. Now, this one, we begin with a guided meditation. So what I really want you to do is find yourself a comfortable position, a place where you're not likely to be disturbed for another couple of minutes, let's say 10 minutes. You can pause this video here and find yourself a place which is quiet, calm, and comfortable, and sit in a posture that's most convenient for you. Do not lie down, but just sit. And we will be doing a 3-minute breathing space. I have done this with Laura, and this is required because crisis hit our nervous system the most. The excuse me, the hormones of cortisol in our mind are released so frequently that we are flooded with anxiety and overwhelm, specifically in our difficult times. So, a guided meditation could be one of your most effective ways to calm down your racing thoughts, your overwhelmed body, and bring you into a state from where you not only develop awareness, but also find a safe space to operate from and get clarity on what is it that you're seeking and how can you cope and deal with things that are beyond your control. So now that you may have found a place, sit here, relax yourself, and if possible, close your eyes. As you close your eyes, I would be asking you some questions. Just listen to my voice and try to answer these questions inside you. You could use this meditation, and there are many more I have on my podcast, which I'll share a link below. You could go, and there are several of such guided meditation which can specifically help you calm you down, bring the stress out, and bring a lot of peace to your heart and to your mind. So this is one of it. So listen to my voice, pay attention to it, breathe normally, and try to answer this question to your own self. I've been asking this to Laura, and I'll ask you, how are you doing right now? Focus your attention on your inner perception. Notice which thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations you are experiencing right now. It is okay if you can open your eyes and write them down into words. If you are experiencing self-critical thoughts or all sort of noise, just write, I notice I am tensed, or I notice I am overwhelmed, or I notice I have too many thoughts that confuses me. Now, answer this question. How do you feel in your body? Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling in the current moment. Again, take a pause, open your eyes, and you can write this down. How are you feeling in your body? You can also tell yourself, once you're back into your posture, close your eyes, and whatever the feeling is, you can tell yourself that it's okay, whatever you're feeling. Stay in this position, stay with the closed eyes, and now focus your attention on your breath. Scan your body as you focus your attention on your breath. You can do a quick and a simple scan of running your breath right from your forehead to your face, to your neck, to your hands, the right, the left, to your chest, to your stomach, to your pelvic area, to your thighs, to your legs, to your feet. Experience how your breath moves throughout your body. With every breath, feel how your body expands a little and how it shrinks a little as you breathe out. If your attention is distracted while you're doing this and you get a thought, just notice it. You don't get carried away by it, just simply notice, because thoughts tend to arise when we close our eyes and try to focus on our breath. Now, bring your attention back to your breath. Stay in this position for a few more seconds. Now, when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for your practice. So friends, this is a practice we can anytime practice along with various other guided meditations, which will help you calm yourself. A calm mind is a seat of wisdom. It is only when you are calm, you're able to tap into your inner wisdom and find answers to any complicated or difficult questions you ever had. This is a very crucial step when we deal with crisis, and it comes with practice. So anytime you feel you need to calm your mind, you could come back to this and practice it, just the way Laura did. Moving on. Now it's time for us, just the way I had assisted Laura find her fears, I would help you now. Look at this picture. Now, this picture basically is given as a metaphor because this metaphor in this mountain is your main goal or your possible solution or a way out. Wherein this path, it's a valued pathway. However, you're not moving towards your goal, but instead away from it in this picture. As you see this person, Laura was always almost like in a similar situation. And I'm sure as you're doing this, you also find yourself like this person here, moving away. You're on the path, but away from your goal. Why? Because in between, you have these fears. So, this is basically a metaphor through which we are trying to explain that it's usually our fears that keep us stuck from achieving our goals. And it is our fears the reason why we do not take that path, even though we are on it and don't move towards our goals. So, what's the next thing that we could do now that we understand that we are on the path, but it's on account of fear, we are not really able to go closer to what we seek, or not really able to find a possible solution to a problem, and we find ourselves stuck? The answer is simple. Uh, just list down your fears. Here, the sign of danger, fear, is a manifestation of, I mean, it's a sign that's denoting the fears we hold. Each one of us have a unique life experience, therefore our fears are also unique and different. So pause this video here and think about, now that you're in a calm state of mind, what are the fears that are holding you back from reaching your goal? Try to be as specific as possible and list up to 5 fears. This is a template you could use and write down your fears. Once you've written this down, here's a similar picture, but with a different scenario. Basically, this picture is trying to help you understand that this person who was walking away has now accepted that the only way possible to find a solution is to move along with our fears. There is no other route to reach our destination. The only route is where we walk along with our fears, because we all have them. We all need to deal with it. We just need to accept that it's being part of being human. Our experiences, our past, our upbringing years, and the beliefs that we've held has element of fears, which then hold us back. But once we become aware of them, we list them down, there is always a way out. Merely listing them down won't help us fetch a solution, but it is bringing to us an awareness that, okay, this is what I'm fearing right now. This is basically what is holding me back. And I now need to deal with it to move ahead, because there's no other way out but to walk along with it. And here's where you get onto the path of getting closer to what you want. Now, friends, moving on. One of the most effective ways to deal with fear is through the practice of mindfulness. Because acceptance and willingness, both, and that too for fear, can be only attained through mindfulness practice. So I taught Laura some of the techniques to be mindful, which I'm also going to share with you because having, as I said, mentioned earlier, having just listing down your fears won't really fetch you any results. You need to, at times now, work with them. Some fears we have to simply accept. Some fears we have to be willing to commit to change. That's the way we deal with them. So let's learn through a guided meditation how we can become more aware. Now, this is a script actually, and you could practice it along with me the way I have done this with Laura. And you could keep this script in front of you and even could go through it. But a more effective way it will help you is come back to this guided meditation anytime you feel you really need to accept feelings and you have some complicated emotions arising inside you and you are just trying to suppress them, push them back, hit them hard, but do not really want to confront them or accept them. This is where it will help you. So again, find yourself a comfortable position. Make sure you are in a place where you are not likely to be disturbed for 10-15 minutes. Sit comfortably in a comfortable posture and close your eyes. Now, as you close your eyes, while you are going through a difficult time, it's very, very natural that you may have kind of negative feelings. If you don't have any, that's also fine. Think of your present problem that's something been bothering you for a longest time. As soon as you think about this problem, you will notice a negative feeling related to it. Pay attention to it and make a note of it, a mental note in your mind. Now answer this question. What emotions are you experiencing as you are making a mental note of this negative feeling? Give yourself some time and make a note of your emotions. What thoughts are going through your mind? Just answer yourself. You don't have to open your eyes. Just simply answer to yourself. Then try to focus on your body. Other emotions are represented in our body. So feel and observe whenever you have a very intense negative emotion or thoughts. Where do you feel it in your body? Some people may not really have any bodily sensation. That's absolutely fine. But most often we all have. So just simply scan your body when you have this very negative feeling and the recall of that incident which has been bothering you and you feel very, very stressed out. Observe what do you feel in your body. Just simply observe. If a sensation arises, try to label it, but be very, very kind towards yourself and stay with it. This meditation is helping you become aware of your bodily sensations because we usually store trauma, stress in our nervous system. So just let the awareness help you understand where do you feel it. And if you feel it in your chest, which is a very common area, tightening of chest, or you feel it churn in your stomach, in your belly, another common area, or if you feel tension in your shoulders or the upper back, another common area. Be with it. Stay in this posture and try to send some kindness or some kind of compassion towards this part of the body where you feel these sensations as you think about that negative experience or that difficult time. Be kind towards yourself, just as you would be towards your best friend. This meditation is not only helping you identify the sensations specific to a negative thought, feeling, and experience, but it's also helping you become aware of it. And as you bring these things into awareness, you are now practicing self-compassion by sending some love towards it. Each one of us have a different love language. So that area or that part of the body, if you want to send some compassion, do send it. Be with the sensation, send compassion, and ensure the tension, the kinks you're feeling is released. When you do this for the first time, you may not really feel it, but as you practice it, you will be able to. Stay with it. Stay in this for a few more seconds. Now slowly open your eyes. That's the close of the practice. Next, we'll do another guided meditation, which I've done along with Laura. This is about being more accepting towards ourselves, because awareness and acceptance are a critical part of our very method to deal with crisis. And here's a script, what you see on your screen. Again, find yourself a comfortable position, and I will guide you in this meditation, but I would also urge you to do this or listen to it anytime you feel you are resisting some kind of an emotion or feeling and are finding it difficult to accept it. When we go through crisis, friends, whether it's a betrayal, being cheated, being fired from the job, humiliated, sadness, pain, any kind of crisis, grief, loss, trauma, and the feelings we have through the just previous meditation, we understood how to be aware of it. Now, this one is something where you learn to accept it. This is another, a very, very deep work which will help you find or make peace with things that you resist or have been resisting, and the very reason why you are in stress. So let's get started. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths. Now, visualize or recall a situation where you felt or had a very, very bitter experience, and the feeling were such that you just never wanted to accept it. When you have recalled such an incident, now silently say to yourself, because you will have, when you, as you recall this incident, this very negative one, you will have those feelings again coming back, which you will obviously resist. So keep your eyes closed and just say to yourself in your heart, whatever the feeling is, you're talking to your feeling now. It is okay. You are allowed to be here. Whatever it is, it's okay. Let me feel it. Now observe what really is happening when you're allowing this disgusting feeling to experience and you're okay with it. You're allowing it. Whatever your experience it is in this moment, you're not resisting. Instead, you're just staying with it. You stay with awareness of this bodily sensation, if there are any, and you simply accept it, letting it be. If you're finding it difficult, you can repeat, it's okay. Whatever the feeling, you can name the feeling and say to yourself, it's okay. As you're doing this, you will also notice that your feelings get more intense, or it's sometimes the intensity reduces. Just be with this experience. Don't try to open your eyes or run away. Instead, sit with it. Be with it. Allow it to have enough of you. Just keep repeating. It's okay. We are allowed to be here. Observe as you're saying this. How do you feel and what happens? You will notice that you are now experiencing the sensations as you step back, because our mind is gifted with the ability to take a step back and observe our own self through our self. So, in this meditation, as you are following my voice, you are taking a step back, observing that disgusting feeling, something that you've been resisting for years, to come over, completely envelop you. Yet, you don't resist. Instead, you tell this feeling, it is okay, you're allowed to be here. While you're doing so, if you get distracted, don't worry, it's absolutely normal. Come back to your breath and start again. Observe your body, observe the sensations. Where do you feel it the most strongest? When you think of it, when you tell your feeling, it's okay, you're allowed to be here. Be in this and keep observing. Now, slowly come back to your awareness, focus on your breath, take 3 deep breaths, and open your eyes. Friends, this is something that you could also do with if there are some kind of sensations which has no name, but they bring lot of difficult feelings which you cannot articulate and you want to really get rid of. So you could try this meditation for that as well. Acceptance and awareness are the key cornerstones which helps us and builds our nervous system and our resiliency muscle to fight all odds of life. This is a practice, and you won't get the results overnight. But as you get deeper and deeper, get to know yourself at the core of you, which is your soul, which begins with your body and ends with your core. Here's where this is a space where you will find not just answers to every possible question you've been struggling with, but also a way out of the crisis you are in. I now want you to take your time and reflect on all that you've just done along with me, and make a note in your notebook of how this experience has been and what insights it brought to you.